I know you might be mad. Listen, I hear you. I am just as upset as you are. That's why I have a video to show you. Here, let me find it real quickly. It's like, here, this usually tends to calm people down a bit. Oops, not that one. That's for another thing. Let me see. Nah, not that one. No, not that one either. Well, you know, I'll find something for you to chew on soon enough, but, you know, I don't know. Just give it a week, give it a month, I don't know. You'll forget all about this and we'll be even Stevens, all right, buddy? Thanks again.
So Logan Paul has delivered a response to the Coffeezilla scam allegations, that 3-part series we covered on the channel. Go and check them out over on Coffeezilla's YouTube page if you don't know about them, as it makes for some rather good entertainment and shows you just how much of a mess this CryptoZoo project was. But now we have the first response here, a rebuttal, if you will, from Logan Paul. 7 minutes and 1 second in total. We're going to do a live reaction of this in today's episode. I did first want to start things off here though with the Discord of CryptoZoo, due to the fact Logan Paul has only posted in there on 3 occasions during the whole time it's been live. So that is over a year of activity for CryptoZoo, just 3 posts, and 2 of them have come within the last week on the 31st of December are the timestamps for this. So it seems that Coffeezilla's expose has prompted him to make some moves in CryptoZoo yet again. And actually this is going to leave a lot of investors between a rock and a hard place. You've already sunk costs into this thing. You're a bag holder. You own the NFTs. You own the token. What the heck do you do now? As he seems to be promising there will be light at the end of a tunnel. And if you just check out the chart here for the Zoo token, that is on the 31st of December. It goes up like a hockey stick due to the fact he posted in Discord. So this just shows you the power of influencers in this space, especially in NFT communities, where the whole project is based around his personality and his following. By all means, this is an absolutely dead chart, but just 2 messages on Discord and the token price goes up like a rocket. But let's get into the video and see what he cooks up. Maybe he has some good facts to rebut the findings from Coffeezilla.
Coffeezilla. I watched your 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation. So in this video today, I'm going to be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel. You see, Coffeezilla.
So first of all, hopefully we're going to get some facts here from Logan Paul. 30 seconds in, he says he's going to rebut it with facts. That's a good start. Let's see what he delivers. But he's already outwardly mocking Coffeezilla here. And if you think about the previous post that he made, he actually praised Coffeezilla's work ethic and what he does in terms of trying to clear up the space from scams. So a full 180 to start this one off. Let's see where he goes with this.
Tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative.
I actually Googled this one to see if I could find the quotes from law enforcement on this. I don't know if those are true or not. I couldn't find any sources, and Jake does fail to provide any sources of that information as well. So again, that might just be pure speculation. So in fact, he might actually be just cooking up those quotations himself.
He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. But as opposed to just telling you, I'm going to show you some of the core discrepancies that I caught in Coffeezilla's investigation. Coffee interviewed the developer who stole the game code, fled to Switzerland, and held it hostage for $1 million.
So Z developer fled to Switzerland. Remember that one from Coffeezilla's 3-parter.
Well, his name is Zach Kelling. Surely, as the internet detective that you proclaim to be, you would know that he spent time in prison for multiple felonies, one for aggravated robbery, armed robbery at a liquor store, and the other for, surprise, obstructing the legal process.
Whoa, so to be fair there, he has a decent rebuttal to this. The fact Coffeezilla interviewed someone on the team, Zach, he probably did know the guy's name and was trying to not dox him, but Logan's doxed him right out the gates here. But this does pour some cold water onto Coffeezilla here, due to the fact, of course, we can't really believe what this guy says if he has a criminal record as long as your arm. However, on the flip side, this also shows Logan's incompetence here if he's hiring criminals and then exposing them himself.
See why you kept him anonymous.
Who we'll be calling Z here.
I guess among many things, it doesn't surprise me that he lied about having 30 engineers and a $50,000 a week burn rate.
On my end, I have 30 engineers. I'm burning $50,000 a week.
Which, side note, is how this delusionist landed on the $1 million code ransom, but it turns out he only had 3 engineers.
So 10x was the overestimation of the number of devs here. So maybe the burn rate was just 5K a week.
Wouldn't someone with journalistic integrity know their credible source had not only an agenda, but a fondness for orange jumpsuits? Or did you just hear what you wanted to hear and moved on? Because even if you're lying to yourself, Steven, you still have to believe it. And I know what you're thinking. What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get for trusting the team that I relied on to vet and manage Eddie's hiring process, who has turned out to be a professional con man that I have since learned fooled billionaires, the Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees, and now me. And surely you knew.
So 2 for 2, 2 hires, both of which are criminals or frauds here from Logan. So clearly he hasn't got the best track record of onboarding individuals to his projects. Let's see where this one goes.
Emilio, the gentleman who supposedly let his child invest in a
So this guy was in the series, one of the investors who gave his experience. I think he said he invested like 7K himself, got his friends, family, and even his own daughter to invest in the project. Let's see how he gets thrown under the bus here.
cryptocurrency, was allegedly responsible for 2 rug pulls before you.
So Olympic Token and Baller Fantasy, they sound like rug pull names. So this looks like Emilio the Olympian was an admin for this group. In the message it says, I'm talking to a huge altcoin platform to directly buy from the app with credit card for our Olympic tokens, but we have to grow first. All the marketing plan is lined up. Trust the process. This is not your usual pump and dump. Fill up your moon bags. We are 4 to 5 hours away from starting the big Telegram campaign. Then he says campaign is already paid. I just timed it so it starts after the first sports guy tweet. I will be shilling it myself. So maybe we found a bit of a bad egg here amongst the community members who have lost money within the Crypto Zoo project.
You interviewed him. So either you missed that or you knew it and failed to let the public know. Why? Because it was a clear sign that he was also untrustworthy. You seemed pretty excited when the guy told you that he couldn't hatch the eggs.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
You're kidding. You can't hatch?
You can't hatch?
Yeah, 1 second of research would prove that to be false, as you can definitely hatch eggs and even breed your animals.
Click on that. Oh, we got a duck.
And as you pointed out in your fine print, cross-hatching was available on ETH at one point.
So it looks like the guy who said we couldn't hatch had his NFTs on Ethereum, and it doesn't work on Ethereum. It works on the BNB chain. So that is correct. But also what the guy said as well was correct. It doesn't work on ETH.
But you perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
Just a picture.
And
So even Logan Paul saying NFTs are just pictures, describing his own as just a picture. But if you think back, he was promoting this as much more than just a picture. It was to be a game, and a game that makes you money. So he's kind of trashing his own project here, which is quite hilarious.
surely a real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission? And then more like an internet criminal, post it online.
Okay, so it looks like he is quoting some illegal jargon here, up to 3 years in jail, up to $10,000 per violation. So it sounds as if Jeff was recorded without his consent here. So maybe there'll be some form of trouble for Coffeezilla if this is correct. But this is likely to be state dependent as well. So each state in the US has its own different laws. I think Coffeezilla is based in Texas. We'll have to see if that makes any difference to this case here. But it seems that Logan is playing a bit of a legal card here and maybe trying to hardball Coffeezilla.
Interesting. It was like, this is wild.
Now, although you didn't verify any backgrounds, substantiate any evidence, took multiple criminals' words as truth, and broke laws, you still published the defamation. However,
Well, he did use actual facts due to the fact he quoted blockchain analytics. He spoke to many different individuals, whereas your rebuttal here, Logan, is mainly your own hearsay, your side of the story, but you haven't really delivered any facts apart from the fact that Zach, your lead dev, was actually a criminal. You provided that evidence. But a 12-month case with a 3-part series versus a 7-minute video, he certainly did a lot more research and provided more evidence than you have thus far. We're about halfway through.
unlike you, the blockchain doesn't lie. So let's highlight some things that you did point out. Crypto King Jake stole $6 million. True or not, we had already removed him from the team when we realized he was a bad actor and his motives were purely financial. Conman Eddie, lead developer.
So Jake, that is 3 from 3. Lead advisor Jake, Conman Eddie, who was like team leader or something, and then your lead developer Z. All three of your main hires here have tucked you up in one way or another. Doesn't paint the best picture of Logan's ability to hire individuals, does it?
Stole 1.7 million. True or not, when we learned he was a bad actor as well, he was immediately removed from the team. While myself and Jeff sold nothing and made nothing as verified through investigation and the blockchain.
Jeff, Logan's manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul.
I repeat.
This is actually quite interesting. I thought that they would have been the biggest dumpers, and when I watched episode 3, I was shocked to find that they hadn't sold anything, so hats off to them for not actually doing that, but they were conspiring prior to the token launch. Remember, they launched a Uniswap liquidity pool, and in secret were all buying up the token to try and dump it on the public later. So I think if this does go to court, I think everyone gets in trouble for this one, as they were clearly trying to pump and then dump on the followers. I wonder if he's going to mention what happened to the NFT sales, because that one, we didn't get a conclusion as to where the money went. We just know it went to Coinbase and was over $1 million.
Jeff and I made no money and will never make any money on CryptoZoo. In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces. As has been the case with dozens of crypto and NFT projects, the space is unfortunately ripe for bad actors to infiltrate projects that start with even the best intentions. Jake the Snake is no longer affiliated with CryptoZoo, and we hope the money he reappropriated was worth ruining his reputation.
Jake has deleted all social, so clearly that has been an impact to him. Obviously, he was a snake, so Jake the Snake sounds like a pretty good wrestling name for him. And hopefully we've rid the crypto space of one LARP there.
Conman Eddie is being investigated by a higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you can imagine, I was not cleared from legal to discuss much of this, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigations going on during the fallout, but I do appreciate you calling out that rats under my nose stole the game code, millions of dollars, and left Jeff and I abandoned with no team and knives in our back. But even after 12 months of work, you've still managed to overlook one crucial piece of information. See, even though I've said it's coming so many times, you've assumed that CryptoZoo isn't being made. Who are you to decide when the development timeline ends? I got everything stolen from me and our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio.
So we have the redemption arc of Logan Paul here being built. CryptoZoo will be completed, it seems. As per those Discord messages, on the 31st of December 2022, he's going to have to bring something out here. Clearly though, if Coffeezilla had not done this expose, there is no chance in hell that this project gets a revival, so at least there may be a silver lining for some.
But deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer.
Oh, lawyer up time. This is getting juicy.
You're gonna need it. And maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me, personally. Not my manager, Jeff, who is not me, Steven. But the first time you did was on Christmas Eve after you released your series so you could rely on false statements and unreliable people used recklessly. The subject line was third request for comment. Yeah, not quite. This will be my third time reaching out to you and your team. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. Okay, so the last time on Christmas Eve, after the fact, was to me. You have a funny way of twisting things.
What the fuck is Jeff doing as his manager if he's not relaying very important information like this and giving Logan the opportunity to speak up for himself and maybe rebut the claims being made before this all goes public? So I think Jeff should be pretty much in the firing line for this one, as how else is Coffeezilla gonna reach out to someone like Logan Paul? He can't be that easy to get a track of, and clearly you should go through his manager, Jeff, which is what he did.
And I also noticed you left out that part on Twitter. Why hide that? Trust me, CryptoZoo is coming. I will make damn sure of it. And honestly, it sucks that after years of personal reform, going through trials and tribulations and busting my ass to evolve into a person that I can say I'm actually proud of, you led the charge to drive and monetize a narrative telling millions of people that I'm a fraud or I tried to scam my audience. That is patently false. This video is mainly for my fans and anyone who's on the fence that I hope I can help understand a situation that is tremendously complex but has been oversimplified for both views and clicks. And lastly, Coffeezilla, I now know your motives with this. Clout and money, good for you, but also you're slimy as So I'm not going to come on any of your podcasts. If you want to come on Impulsive and talk about this, that's fine. You've denied my invitation multiple times. You're still invited. It can be a one-on-one. If not, we're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
Ooh. So he doesn't want to go on Coffeezilla's show, but he's happy to have Coffeezilla over on Impulsive for the clicks probably. But which is it going to be? Do you want him on the podcast or are you seeing him in court? That seems like a very odd offer. CryptoZoo coming 2023 to 2024 there. So there will be developments for this project, but it seems that Logan is more willing to spend on lawyer costs than he is on the project itself. So overall, I would give that a C rating in terms of the response. He's had a good poke at a few issues there, but he hasn't clarified things such as where did the NFT sales go? Who profited from that? Why were they trying to buy up all the tokens to dump on the followers later when they already had over 50% of the supply? And why did it take him over a year to message in the Discord if his plan was to continue with this project all along? Seemed a little bit fishy in my opinion. Now, if you haven't seen this guy before, Zach XBT, back in May of 2022, did an expose on Logan Paul, utilizing Logan's Etherscan address found from his very much public OpenSea wallet. So this goes through some of the rug pulls he was involved in, and it shows you that he has a bit of a track record here for pumping and dumping. So coins such as this, Elongate, he promoted this one, netted 112,000 bucks for that. Fuck Elon coin, again, another pump and dump, as you can see from the chart. He netted 116K from that one. Then we have down here 71K from Emax. Pump and dump yet again. Both Kim Kardashian and Floyd Mayweather got sued over that, so maybe he'll get sued as well. Then the infamous Dink Doink, again, another pump and dump that Logan made some money off. And then finally here we have CryptoZoo, and he actually rugged a famous crypto influencer, Bagsy here. Bagsy purchased 7 figures worth of Zoo on that Uniswap pool and never had his tokens migrated to V2 of the Zoo token. So a pretty apt meme to finish this one off. Your followers are not your exit liquidity. But honestly, what do you do if you're a holder of this project? If you're someone who's been through the ups and downs of this for over a year now, you still hold some egg NFTs, maybe you hold the token still. Do you now double down, buy some more because Logan's going to be forced here to do something with it? Or do you just give this up as a bad job? It does put the investors in a really difficult predicament here. And I looked through the Discord earlier, some people are doubling down, as crazy as that does seem. So as ever, it seems that the retail participant will be left holding the bag and in the worst situation from all of this, as Logan pretty much just tries to cover tracks here and do his best to maintain what's left of his reputation. I hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe if you're new, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.